Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magical moon message. A huge shout out to my good friend Ed Ray. Society is rigged. This is his t-shirt and brand. I'm gonna look to get more of these to distribute these. I've had this for a while now. It's lit. This is the Peace Dealer. Welcome to your magical moon message. We are in the new moon in Pisces cycle that quite quintessentially and collectively pertain to everyone will change the entire game. A whole new metaverse, a whole new metaphysical understanding of existence that will really coral and show your place within the collective. Because if there's one thing that Pisces reminds you, it's that everything is connected. And whether you believe or not that we're all one, I don't think it has to really mean that. It's still going to speak into how all the individual pieces broken down in Virgo are all connected into one interrelated whole, kind of like a body. So Virgo is going to break the body into the digestive system, into the respiratory system, into the pituitary glands and the nervous system. But Pisces is going to see how all these individual bodily systems connect into one interrelated whole that function your conscious experience. And it's also the metaphysical. So if you've ever wanted to look into ghosts and understanding supernatural phenomena, this is a literal portal that we're stepping into that will manifest into the promised land of Taurus season. You in this journey here through this apocalypse cycle, you've lost friends, you've lost some family members, you've lost some people as victims of a bioweapon. I hope you know that the people who you lost during what happened the past 2 years was a casualty of war. See, they want to make you think that it happened naturally. This is purely war. Like, the people who lost their lives are casualties of a bioweapon. Just making sure we're clear. So when you kind of remember the perspective, this Pisces divine perspective is going to put everything that's happened over the past 2 years and 10 years in a perspective to a place where we're now transcendent beyond the duality of you're right, I'm wrong. There's certain experiences you see that take you beyond that, and you no longer look at someone else as someone that you argue with, and you start to see how, regardless of the different stuff you believe, you're all within the same soup together. For example, all this deception that's occurring to pit people in different interest groups and beliefs against each other work to a point until everyone starts to see, oh wait, this is all affecting us. Hey, we may all be deceived too. You're going to see so much major realizations come together because Pisces answers the question why. So we're on the crux of legitimately completing 12 plus year cycles, a 248-year cycle with Neptune alone since the last time it was there with Jupiter during the Dred Scott decision, when, the government had to decide if black people still deserve certain rights. And now people are wondering the same thing with unvaccinated people. I shit you not. This shit writes itself now. But other than that, other than, war and rumors of war that are coming in, please do not get so distracted by external events that are just meant to unveil the end of this old world system as we step into a new world system with a younger, budding new generation that's going to create new concepts and literally create new powers and abilities and ideas that will uplift us out of the obsolete nature of a lot of how we live. Picture the whole concept of a government territory that doesn't have the authority to rule over you, but they have a media, broadcasting, journalism, platform with which they can put out the image that they still like. Imagine if the president of the United States did not have the authority to be the president. In fact, the last few leaders of nations didn't have that authority, but because we just believe they do, because they put press releases out, we think that everything is still. What if something happened behind the scenes where it's like, oh, we no longer have the authority to rule over these people, but we'll use the media to just make it look like it's business as usual and censor people who say anything? Is that what it is? I'm not saying that's what it is, because it's what it is in a sense, but I'm not saying specifically that's what it is. I'm saying conceptually, think like that. How would you know? This is why I'm saying this, because you're going to start to see evidence of what's really happening before it gets censored or phased out of the news media. And you have to trust what you see the first time and the resonance of what it gives you as above, so below, the real life experiences that confirm what you're being told. So it's not just people telling you stuff on the internet, it's already confirming what you're experiencing. Don't allow yourself to be gaslighted, because as divinely amazing and transcendent as this new moon cycle is set to be, there's a new wave of deception that's going to tsunami tidal wave the whole collective. And this is a good thing. It's only a bad thing if you believe the hype, if you believe what you're being shown, and if you don't consult within. Okay? Don't let anyone try and play you for being delusional because you consult your own inner intuition. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. Just take responsibility for what you do. Okay, so Neptune and Jupiter is literally expanding our metaphysical understanding of how we integrate our higher causal and divine selves astrally through our imagination into this physical reality, because everything that you see here materially is projected from a non-material spiritual realm, and understandings of quantum mechanics and metaphysical science are about to literally explode through you and your individual experiences, and also literal babies. So you're about to see baby geniuses just channel ghosts and spirits, say stuff that they didn't even hear or know that you could say, because collectively, we are now stepping into the firmware software update of consciousness. If consciousness was a video game, we're firmware updating that bitch. And this is the seeds being sown. So by Virgo season, this will be complete. You are now on the crux of the most significant and game-changing new moon of all time. Saturn is 12th house to it, so there's a total transcendence of knowledge that will literally give you the final piece of the puzzle as you activate this new moon cycle coming into Aries to already feel into the identity of this transcendent sense of your beliefs. You are now, should you choose to accept the mission, unlocking a new belief. Where is Pisces in your chart, and what relation does it have to your sun? Because that'll let us know where and how this plays out. For example, those of you who have Pisces in the 10th or 11th house, you're coming into miraculous career success, and you're meeting friends that will align you to your true soul tribe. Okay? It's all divine. You just have to be okay with seeing beneath the surface and knowing that things aren't as they seem. This is heavy moon card energy. So, just because someone or somebody says something or does something in a certain way doesn't mean that reflects what they truly mean inside. All right, look at the whole picture and allow the universe to reveal to you what's up. This is exciting because we're getting ready to turn the point and turning page of 2010, the last Jupiter cycle, where we saw a lot of the collective awaken. We saw a lot of Saturn go from Libra to literally Aquarius, the social karma that gained more collective authority as the events of the world and the awakening of the collective have spiraled out of control now to where we have pestilence and war and all this other manufactured, orchestrated, planned bullshit that's really just meant to test your character and who you are through this. Because did you forget, you have supernatural abilities. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, you have supernatural abilities, and the synchronization process is completing here to reach a turning point. Okay, the last two Jupiter cycles over the past 24 years, we saw the defeat or the struggle and challenge of light by dark forces to suppress, while and I don't want to do light versus dark, but it's just easier to say it that way, the forces of evil that have suppressed those expressing the truth. Even though those expressing the truth have slowly but surely broken through, this is the turning point where Team Truth is kicking ass. We're getting major dubs. We never really took L's, but there were a lot of stopgap measures. Now this is that turning point where the dark side and the evil side, not the dark side, because they're pure people in the dark, they're pure people in the light, they're evil people in the dark, they're evil people in the light, right? But that evil side is taking major L's. They've been taking major L's, but they've been twisting it to look like W's. Now they're taking major L's. You're going to see the collapse of global systems, global economies. You're going to see whatever they try to transition to fail. And a lot of things are going to happen very quickly. This is where, if you're not tapped into your own internal sense of guidance, you have millions of people now who are running around so afraid because of what one person may or may not do with nuclear weapons. And anyone who is looking at their external environment and is afraid, you didn't get the assignment. Like, you failed. The whole purpose of this was to develop your own spiritual system and beliefs to guide you through these times, to be a light, to guide people. And the problem that I have is spirituality is such a trend. Spirituality has trended so much where it's popular to talk about being positive. It's popular to talk about having faith. It's popular to talk about connecting with spirit guides until you're in a real life situation where you have to have faith in them. And now all that goes out the window because Putin might do this and I have to move real quick. And what am I going to do? And what's going to happen? And blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I thought you had a spirit team, bitch. I thought you was spiritual, ho. I thought you was really about. See, everyone who's really spiritual, for real, who's centered in breath, and who actually lives this life and actually believes it, we not worried. We went through our trials. I've almost died at least twice. Okay, I was in a position 2014 where I had nothing. I had nothing but my trust in the universe to get to where I am. The reason why I'm successful is spirit is real. I had to trust spirit when I had no other point. So if you're like me, you've earned your stripes. You know that this is what you've been prepared for. You know that you're going to step into challenges that will terrify you, but courage is feeling the fear and moving forward anyway. You know that you're connected to extra dimensional beings and a God source that guides you. And this is going to really separate those who are really about it versus those who just trend spirituality and talk the talk, but don't ever fucking walk the walk. There's no reason why you should be worried. You should be excited right now. These are times that have been prophesied by people ages ago. And I want to really speak of that contrast. Everyone is spiritual until it's time to be fucking spiritual. Everyone is woke and positive until it's time to apply that positivity in negative, stressful situations. Period. Count it all joy when you're ridiculed for standing up for the truth. Many of you throw that shit out the window. As soon as your crush doesn't text back, as soon as things don't happen externally the way you want because you forgot the assignment. It's not may your will be done, it's may the Lord's will be done. You are a reflection of this collective conscious God force so that as the body of God, we can all unite and allow the teamwork to make the dream work. But Luciferian agendas have deceived us to make us believe that life is about doing what we want and manifesting our dreams. And now we're all self-centered and don't give a fuck about other people to the point where we're going to spend billions of dollars every year for Christmas that can go to world hunger. Shout out to Charity Croft. He be going in on his face. So that being said, like, this is going to reestablish a brand new belief in your own spiritual path, in the metaphysical, and in the culmination of your spiritual abilities. The work you did is what you're going to get out. So if you didn't put in any spiritual work, you're going to get stress and doubt. If you put in that work, you're going to get the greatest gift through this cycle. And this is going to apply whether you're about it or not. Please do not get so perturbed by these external events. And if you do, then stop saying you believe in God. Stop saying you believe in spirit. There's no doubt for room or worry. Like, you either believe that believing in God is not a quick fix for everything to work out through your life, because God will put you through struggle and challenge to show you that you ain't no bitch and that you can get through it. So like the whole notion of worrying about what's happening, you're not real. You're fake. You're fake. Don't be like these people. Don't be like these people who post these dumbass quotes on Instagram, all fucking positive, but then stress out when real shit happens. Don't be like that. You're a gangster, okay? Call on your spiritual reserves. Spiritual reserves is speaking of the quality of stamina, okay, determination, faith, and actual power within, not externally, to get through. Because this is a turning point, but it's also going to require the highest version of you moving forward. There's no room for error. It's kill or be killed. Mars, Pluto, Venus on Pluto is the last personal planets to go through that Pluto gate. The door is closing. That future price is up. Mercury is on Neptune. Your brain is literally aligning with the total knowledge of everything that is happening as it's all happening right now. So as we go in through Aries and we see what character, your individual actions will define you as, make sure you really live what you talk about. Make sure you're really about who you are, because we're all gonna see it now. Like this is it. It's gonna really show what everyone's been preaching the past 10 years versus what they're acting. Okay, and you have grown too much to let people lying to you about external events affect your psychology and now get you to, send money or run away scared when the only thing you should be afraid of is nothing. Okay, the only thing you should be afraid of is not growing and evolving. So I know that sounds faux spiritual, but being worried over events you can't control is stupid. And don't be acting like you're spiritual if you do that. Godspeed. I hope you enjoy this new cycle. Peace.